2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Okay, we're going to start momentarily on page 367. 367. Romemu. Okay, well, Shabbat Shalom. Page 367 in Mishkan Tefillah. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodesh. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodesh. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodesh. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodesh.
Okay, that was pretty good timing. I'm almost ready. And welcome to all. So, Shabbat Shalom. And we have maybe some people here who not everybody knows, so let's take a minute and introduce yourself to someone around you who maybe doesn't look familiar, and tell them hello and Shabbat Shalom. So I'm noticing there's a lot of just hi, and not too many names. So at the Oneg, make sure you go up to someone you do not know and introduce yourself to them. And we have a big weekend, because as we like to say, well, we often like to say we would like to introduce our newest Jewish religious adult, but they're not new Jewish religious adults, but they are new to the experience of having their bat mitzvah publicly marked by being service leaders and being called to the Torah. We are one down tonight because she's fighting a cold and she doesn't want to be sick for tomorrow, so she's just resting tonight, so we're missing, whoops, I am going to have to move that. We are missing Elisa Gerber, but we have here on the Bima, and please everyone come to services tomorrow at 10 a.m. because it'll be very, very special. They have worked very, very hard to lead our congregation in worship, to teach Torah, to teach Haftarah, to share their thoughts and insights and perspectives on some of our prayers, on their personal Jewish journeys. It's going to be magnificent. We have Harriet Doctoroff, we have Sandy Lobel, and we have Sue Butin, who are here tonight to be joined by Elisa. So mazel tov to all of them. Thank you to our president, Matthew Meyer, to our one song leader tonight. Our other has COVID, our pianist, Ruth. And I think she seems to be hanging in there pretty well, but can't be here. But we do have Andy Sussman, so luckily you two did not get COVID at the same time. That would have been difficult. Thank you to Xavier in the back, Xavier left, for our tech. Thank you to those of you who are unable to be here but are watching from home, and to all of you. So we continue with the song that welcomes, in which we usher Shabbat in as if Shabbat were a beautiful bride coming into our midst. The song is Lacha Dodi, And on the last verse, verse 9, we rise, face the door, and welcome the Shabbat bride into our midst. It is on page 138.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela la 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 lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Shmor v'zachor b'dibur echad Yishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem u'tiferet v'litihila la 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 Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nercha Ki hi mekor habracha Merosh miket nesucha Sof ma'aseh v'machshava techila la 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 Likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Bohi v'shalom hateret bala Gam b'simcha u'tzola Toch amonei am segula Bohi chala Bohi chala la 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 Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela
You may be seated. I would like to call up our Benot Mitzvah celebrants, we will call them, to light our Shabbat candles. Candle lighting is on page 120.
One light. Do you want to hold my hand or anything? Harry, you want to hold my hand or anything? No? Okay. Give that to Sue.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you,
Baruch atah
Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are
You are God, source of all life, who brings us holiness through mitzvot, and who has given us the mitzvah of lighting the Shabbat candles.
Amen. Yesher Koach. Thank you. Chatzi Kaddish is on page 144. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach Yerutei v'yamlech malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'yimiru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach, le'alam alal me'almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha berichu, le'elam min kol berachata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bialma, v'yimiru amen. You may rise for Baruch Hu, which is on page 146.
Baruch Hu
Baruch Hu
et Adonai
et Adonai
HaMevorach
HaMevorach
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach
HaMevorach
Le'olam
Le'olam
Va'ed. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated, except Bradley and Molly. Come on up. You're representing the Jewish youth of Coral Springs. Thank you for fulfilling that important role. So at this prayer time in our service after Baruch Hu, we have a prayer that recognizes, helps us to feel gratitude for the beauty of the natural world. So at night, it's a prayer about the beauty of the night sky. In the morning, which we'll talk about in the morning, is a prayer about the beauty of a new day and the dawn on a new day and the beauty of that morning light. So this is a creative interpretation song, which we've done a number of times before, called Roll Into Dark, which is a poetic version of the prayer we have at night, Ma'ariv Aravim. And you guys are they will show you how to do it. That means you have to follow.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, kolel or mipnei choshech, kolel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
And it's on your song sheet.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Thank you for leading us. I have the exact right arm position to do the second part of that. All I have to do is like that. And that's it. Page 152 is Shema. Pay attention, Israel. Pay attention, Jewish people. Adonai, our God, is one, is unity, weaves together all of life into one beautiful, holy thing. You may rise as we continue with Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We continue with what comes immediately after the Shema in the Torah, which is V'ahavta, that you will feel the love of godliness, even in all the small mundane tasks that you do throughout the day, if you remember how holy life is. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam la'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvihisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Micha Mocha, page 158, a song according to the Torah story that was led by women. I know our women up here have some percussion instruments to use to lead. A song of joy, looking ahead at the future. Not knowing what's there, but knowing something exciting, that there will be blessings ahead. Micha Mocha, page 158.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Micha Mocha ba elim Adonai Micha Mocha nehedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osefele Nora tehilot osefele Micha Mocha ba elim Adonai Micha Mocha nehedar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osefele Nora tehilot osefele Adonai yimloch leolam vaed Adonai Israel. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la.
On your song sheet is a version of our prayer, Hashkivenu. And Hashkivenu is a prayer for protection at night, a time when often we feel vulnerable. Not necessarily physically vulnerable, but we're vulnerable to the thoughts and anxieties that tend to come when the sun goes down and we're lying in bed. And we pray that we may know that we are surrounded by holiness, by godliness, that we are not alone, that we are all together, we are all united, that this is our protection. Hashkivenu on your song sheet.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomrenu Leha'im Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomrenu Leha'im. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomrenu Leha'im. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Hamidenu Shomrenu Leha'im.
Vishamru is on page 162. And Vishamru from Torah says, this Shabbat day is a sign of the loving relationship between the Jewish people and God. And we need some people to lead because we have some, so we need you guys. We need you guys. I know we have viewers at home from New Jersey. They will like my constant use of you guys, which is where that comes from, my New Jersey. Okay, so we have, so I stand down here so you can all lead. And if they're leading, you're following. We have the turn, we have the this. You all know it. Vishamru.
162. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael ha'shabbat la'asod shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Veshamru
b'nei Yisrael Shabbat
la'asod ha'shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Peinu vein b'nei Yisrael odi leolam, odi leolam, odi leolam.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael Shabbat
La'asod et ha'shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ
ושמרו בני ישראל
השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו
בני ישראל שבת.
לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We almost had another joiner up here, but didn't quite make it all the way up. Thank you, thank you, guys.
I think she was trying to do the twirling part.
Yeah, that's tricky, I know. We continue with the central portion of our worship service, the tefillah, beginning on page 164, and you may rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei Hakol, V'zocher chastei avot ve'imahot, u'mevi gula livnei bneihem, leman shemo v'yahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, v'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav lahoshia, morid hatal, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha bal givurot, umido melach, melech meimit umechayeh, umatzmeach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We continue silently with the prayers of our hearts or with the words of our Siddur. We continue either standing or sitting.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. Yeah, yeah, la la la, yeah, la 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 la la. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן.
Now it's on. We send our thoughts and prayers out to those in our community, loved ones, those around the world who are in need of healing. On this Shabbat, we especially think of David Appel, Carolyn Bouchard, Ethan Campbell, Yankel Ben Chana, Nicole Dubin, Daniel Urchik, Mordechai Ben Sarafega, Royza Bat Shmuel Uvat Sheva, Tracy Janetta, Julian Kaner, Ellen Kaplan, Erwin Kostrinsky, Marion Kostrinsky, Shelley Lehner, Michelle Lasanti, Nancy Marcus, Arnold Reamer, Sheila Rosenberg, Rosalie Saltiel, Louise Samuels, Maxine Shapiro, Bobby Sherman Geishan, Herman Spring, Andrea Teeple, Carla Teisch, Katie Weinstock, Lori Weinstock, Bat Sheva. Are there others we wish to think of? We keep them in our thoughts and our prayers, and we hope that this week will be a healing one for them as we continue with Misha Beirach on page 109.
Misha Beirach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imoteinu. Bless, may the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Misha Beirach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha Lavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of
know we have at least one June birthday because today is Lauren's birthday. So come on up, and if you have a June, either a birthday or a June anniversary, come on up. And I think that I am almost positive this was very full of candy when I put it back here. There is some left, but now I'm gonna have to find a better hiding place for it, apparently. Because, wow, we're gonna have just enough. Wow, June is an auspicious month for celebrating, I suppose. So, actually, let me grab the mic over here. Okay, so you may say if it's a birthday or an anniversary and the date, and if you want, you can say how many years. That is total personal choice. So, Leslie, start with you.
I'm Leslie. My birthday is June 9th, and I'm exactly the right age to enjoy life without worrying too much what people think.
That's perfect. That's the best age.
Sharon and David Levin, June 26th, their anniversary, 47 like heaven.
That's my daughter's birthday.
Lauren Madsen, today, 47.
Harriet and Jeff Doctoroff, and on Monday we're married 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Sue and Chuck Butin, and it will be 49 years on June 30th.
I'm Ann Levinson. My birthday is June 15th, and I'm happy to say I will be 87.
Okay, I'll do both. So my name is Stephen Marcus. Yesterday was my birthday, and I was 71. And then on June 20th, I'll be married to this beautiful lady for 47 years.
And I'm still so excited to see you without all the oxygen. It's like you're like a new person. Like, who is this person? More. Whoop. Here you go.
I'm Rachel. On June 14th, we'll be together for 9 years.
Nice. Mazel tov. So may this month of June bring all kinds of, we can't go with the seasons. It's going to be a little hotter, not much hotter, but it's still summer. So summer still brings warmth and joy and usually a different schedule to just be able to enjoy life a little more, we hope. So may all those things be part of your celebrations. May this be a good and healthy and happy year for all of you. And Mazel Tov, and we join together in the blessing for reaching a special time, which is Shehecheyanu. And I hope what we got into these left me enough. We shall see. Well, let's see.
שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם. שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Celebrate this moment. Amen.
Mazel Tov to all of you. Yay. It's almost done. Yeah, I'm going to have to move that out of the way because otherwise, if I sit in it, no one will see me. At our service tomorrow, you will hear about the Torah portion shared and the thoughts and perspectives from our, I guess I'll call you, but you are Benot Mitzvah because as I like to tell the kids all the time, a bat mitzvah or bar mitzvah is a person who's 13, a Jewish person who's 13 and above, who's responsible to live a Jewish life. So you all are bat mitzvah. You have been, but I'll call you the Benot Mitzvah. Can she maybe sit with you while I... Thank you. So not about the Torah, but maybe almost as important. Chances are, this time of year, a show that you watch and love has reached its season finale or even its series finale. That is always a major sad time. There are many people walking around in some despair, some disorientation, the Ted Lassoites, the Barryites, the Stranger Things Ians, I guess, and in my case, the Successionistas. So I don't know if there's any others in here. It doesn't sound like it. But if you are unfamiliar with HBO's darkly comic drama, Succession, it just finished its 4th and final season. You've probably seen something about it in the news because there's been, like all of these shows, a lot of talk. So Succession tells the tale of the Logan Roy family, a family that is said to be similar to Rupert Murdoch's. Logan is a self-made man who owns an international media conglomerate that includes TV stations, newspapers, internationally known media outlets, even theme parks, a cruise line, all kinds of stuff. Logan did not get to his level of power and money by playing nice with others. He is mean, uncaring, a sociopath who sees others as merely playthings, who are judged merely for how useful they are to him and to his desires. The show's main focus is on his relationship with his 4 adult children, each of whom is on a very short emotional leash to their dad. Each one has been trying to get Logan's love and approval since birth, and outside of a moment here or a moment there, they have never really been successful. Each one wants to prove himself or herself worthy by being named successor of the Logan Roy family empire. And each one has had moments over the course of the show where it seems like they're going to get it. They're going to be there. One of the best aspects of the series, outside of the truly outstanding acting from a top-notch ensemble cast, many of whom have been taken from the world of theater, is the different interpretations that can be gleaned from it. The debating of what everything means is what I also love about Torah and Bible study. That's what I love about it. So it makes sense that I would be drawn to a show in which every viewer has a different strong opinion of what they have seen on the screen and what it means. So one of the major themes this final season has been the future of the Roy children. Will one of them take over? And if so, what is going to be the fate of the other offspring? If none of them end up running Waystar Royco, what will they do? What can they do? They have been raised by 2 narcissistic parents who lacked compassion and only cared about themselves. Is there a way out of such an emotionally damaging childhood? Are they destined to live lives of misery, never getting the approval or the compassion that they always craved? Are they doomed to repeat the cycle and live lives of angry bitterness, sleazy business practices, using and exploiting others, and ultimately being left feeling empty? These questions aren't just questions about a successful HBO series. These are very universal human questions, philosophical questions, and each of us probably has a different take on them. But I'll give you the 90-second version of my own response. The real question is, how much do our families and our circumstances dictate who we will become, and how much are we able to choose our own life paths? The Jewish answer is both. And while this is a topic we could easily discuss for hours, I simply want to point out the strong belief that Jews have, going back to our earliest days, the ancient days of Torah, in freedom of choice. Yes, many things in our lives are beyond our control, but we believe in free will. It is hard work to break out of family expectations that may have been placed on us, or any expectations placed on us by society. It takes a lot of inner strength. It takes a deep motivation to change. It takes a daily commitment to making different choices, but it can be done. Our tradition not only believes in change, but it is Jewishly unethical to remind someone of how they once were before they transformed into the better person they have become. The past is the past, and our task is to always evolve and grow and learn and remain open of heart and mind and spirit. So in the final scenes of Succession, which I've been personally discussing with people, and also there's been plenty of podcasts I've been listening to where everybody has their own take. Each Roy family child, and of course they're adults, but they're the children. Each Roy family child is shown somehow contemplating a future, an unknown future. Some viewers see a group of miserable adults who are doomed to lives of unhappiness. And I just can't see that. And I know that is partly coming from my Judaism. Because I see people who have been damaged by bad parenting, by a lack of positive role models, by a lack of really anyone mentoring them who has a really good moral compass. But there are people who still can choose their own paths. Just as I think each of us, at any age, at any stage, can choose how we live and how we act and how we speak. It's not easy if we have habits that have formed over many years. It takes a lot of self-awareness. It takes a lot of conscious and hard work. But as Jews, we believe that even the Roy family is able to make, the fictional Roy family, is able to make good and positive choices as they contemplate. They can do differently. They can make, as we say Jewishly, teshuvah, an idea we talk about a lot at the High Holy Days, the ability to turn even from a path we have walked on for many years and walk a different one, because we feel it will uplift our own characters and uplift the world. Amen. To change it, but do we have a duty trustee tonight or no? Okay, so I think by default it is our president, Matthew Meyer, who's going to very quickly think of some things that are coming up on our TBO calendar, or maybe you could pull your phone out and Well, okay, well, we can generate a list together. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning
Of
is
course, very
is the Benot Mitzvah, as you all have been told. We're celebrating four very special ladies who are finally celebrating, marking their becoming bat mitzvah. So that's a wonderful thing.
Let's see, we have, isn't there a book club, or did that happen? Had it.
There will
Was it
be
a good book?
there will be no
We don't know.
there will be no Saturday. I'm sorry, Maccabee is.
Okay, so are we skipping the week?
No,
there's-
I'm going by Saturday. So Saturday normally we have not Torah.
Oh, right.
So
We're going to be
that's-
here, so if you want to study Torah, we're not going to be on Zoom. We're going to be here. So come here
then-
or watch online.
Monday is Mahjong. Monday Mahjong. Right?
Yes.
Tuesday Tanakh.
Yes, at
When?
11 o'clock. We have started the book of Esther. We're moving through the Ketuvim really quickly, but you're always welcome to come join us, because Ketuvim is the third section of the Jewish Bible, and it's just kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. So there's no background knowledge you need. We just keep doing new books. So
Wednesday is
come on
Canasta.
in. Wednesday won't be on site because ECC graduation is at 5 o'clock that day.
So then ECC graduation at 5 o'clock. There you go. Thursday is bingo.
Of course.
And then Friday is the
So there's a
Maccabee
couple things going
graduation.
on that weekend.
Yes.
Next weekend is the Maccabees are graduating, so Sandy is making a return visit as a new Maccabee. I know we have some previous Maccabees who are also in the crowd. And also Seth Goldberg, who is, by the way, the son of Marshall Goldberg, because most of you know Marshall.
And grandson of Elliot, who's
Is
out
El-
there tonight. That's
Oh, right, he is.
He
You
is.
are correct. Grandson of Elliot, who's there now, Marshall, who owns the security service, who's been in this area forever and ever. So anyway, that is Saturday morning, and that's good enough. Anything else?
Havdalah.
Oh,
Yes, Havdalah is June 10th, and it's the 50th anniversary. It's the closeout of our 50th anniversary. We're going to do a Havdalah dinner and service. If you haven't already purchased your tickets, you may call the office. I believe it's still available online. And are they $25? Do we know? I believe it's $25 per ticket. It's going to be a wonderful night. We have a time capsule from 1991 that was located somewhere, what I like to call Quasimodo's closet behind us over here. We're going to be opening that time capsule. I have no idea what's in it. Some of you who were here in 91 might have a clue, but the rest of us get to find out that night. So please join us. Looking forward to that night. It's going to be a fun-filled week, a lot of fun, a lot of things to do. Thank you, guys. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. I'd like to call not only our Benot Mitzvah class, but their family members, right, to open the Ark for Aleinu. Any family members who would like to join them in opening the Ark? And it's good practice for tomorrow, because I think they're doing that tomorrow too. The key to the iron doors are slowly and gently. Aleinu is on page 586, and you may rise.
עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה עד עולם למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו ושמו ושמו
Thank you. Yasher koach. You may be seated. We remember those who have departed this earth, those whose love, whose acts, words, all that they shared of themselves and their gifts over the course of their lifetimes are still with us and leave ripples for many, many years to come. Their love stays with us as we remember them. During his time of Shiva, our longtime, very active, beloved member, Stan Baumstein, husband of Sonia, father of Lori. We remember Rabbi Chaim Horowitz during his time of Shloshim, uncle of Irving Horowitz. We remember those whose yartzites fall this week: Sylvia Aronson, Abraham Atlas, Joseph Barzilai, Martha Cohen, Helen Fine, Samuel Fry, Susan Gerardi, Leon Grossman, Richard Kelty, Simon Klachevsky, Irene Korn, Bertha Levy, Carl Niemand, Bernice Pollock, Jerome Pollock, Samuel Rappaport, Tessie Silberberg, Ciel Silver, Stettel Ternovka, Ruth Wadeen, Nancy Winston. Others we wish to remember. We honor all of their memories as we rise for Mourner's Kaddish, which is on page 500. Yep, I'm getting there. 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalmad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uvizman kari v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach la'alam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitaldar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu la'ela min kol berachata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. V'yimru, v'yimru, v'yimru. Amen. V'yimru, v'yimru, v'yimru. Amen. You may be seated. We move from our sacred prayer of memory to the joy of the Shabbat day, as symbolized by wine and by, oh, thank you. I don't know if you can, I can get one of them. You can't get all three. All right, well, he's going to get all three. Okay. So let me get the, sorry, let's bump in. I'll bump into you while you're carrying 4 cups of wine. Come on up. We have some sheets. Did you want to invite?
Yes, please.
Okay, those family members, you're going to get another little workout. You're going to come on up the stairs. And everyone gets a cup if you would like. It better be, because I always ask the bar and bat mitzvahs. Here, have some more. I always ask the bar and bat mitzvahs, what do you want Friday night? What do you want Saturday morning? And I asked this group, and before my sentence was out, they said, wine, like in unison. It was the best unison you guys had done, I think, for all the prayers. Wine! So they got wine. Kiddush is on page 123.
Eloheinu melech olam, Borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava l'ratzon, inkilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki banu b'charta, v'tanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'yama uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai Shemo Kadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim.
A big sip.
We didn't say excellent wine, we just said wine. Just to clarify.
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our prayer is joyfully said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Te'avon, you may munch on your challah, and in the meantime, we're going old school Adon Olam on page 625.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Go Yitzir Nira Le'et Nasa V'Chetzo Kol Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'Acharei Kichot Darko Levato Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Maya Ve'hu Hoveh Ve'hu Yiyeh V'Tifara Ve'hu Echad Ve'en Sheni Lehamshira Ve'hamvira Ve'li Reshit Ve'li Tachlit Ve'loha'oz Ve'ha'mizra Ve'hu Eli Ve'chayroni Ve'tzur Chefi Ve'en Tzara Ve'hu Nisei U'manosli Menachkosi Be'yom Ekra Ve'yado Hafkid Ruchi Be'edishan Ve'ha'ira Ve'im Ruchi Geviati Adonai Mi Ve'lo Ira. Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat 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 Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat Shalom Shabbat 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 Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Join us for Oneg in the back.
Shabbat Shalom.